as some of you may have seen on multiple YouTube people's accounts, I do not like the way that they portray the Mechanist lair. I don't like the way that they delete everything and start from fresh. I really like the way that the Mechanist lair is laid out to begin with. I do feel it needs some additional things, but I do like the overall deco of the Mechanist lair in general. Do I feel that everybody deleting everything is harsh to it? Yes. So, I'll take you through my adventure of the Mechanist lair in the way that I prescribe it, and like to see it, and wish that more people would leave some of the natural beginning of the rubble and stuff that's left behind. I think it really feels to it. I don't think like cleaning everything up is a great thing. So I'll take you through. And I got an automatic decontamination arch here. There we go. Looks to work on this there. Alright, as you first come into my Mechanist lair, you can see I've left all the walkways open. I haven't deleted many of them. I've only deleted one, and that one was that one right over there. And it could easily be left. I just deleted it due to having to put in this set of machinery factory and didn't expect to have room to have it left there. But what I found out, there's plenty of room back there still to be able to look at it. And as you first come in, you see the left, I've moved the robotics because you do have one in the back that you can easily use and still have access to everything. I even found that the workshop back there in the very back will share with the workshop up front. So I've even left all this art deco back here, all the containers and everything, which I look really, really cool. And I've just been able to work all the machinery around, which we'll talk about here in a second. And I got the scavenger point. I have yet to figure out if it works down here or not. Have not seen one down here yet. I've got I kind of envision this as kind of a scrap place for all the people that come on up to come. So I've kind of got like this little payout station with a nice little dispenser and all the stuff that I would keep, and just kind of a little counter, plenty of lighting. As you can see, I didn't get it too dark down here. Again, sorry about that interruption. As you can see, I've again kind of left all the Art Deco stuff, all the big crates, the big forklift. I really like this thing. I feel like everybody was deleting it. It was, again, kind of harming into it. And again, this machinery we'll talk about here in a second. I've snuck this little elevator in here. It actually works really well for its location. Move out of my way, Codsworth. That car's worth. I'm gonna punch you in a second. And we got this little milk dispenser, use it for Nuka-Cola and beer. If we just follow this elevator right up to the third floor, to the same floor, doesn't work. Third floor, takes you right up here. I just got rid of that little ramp right here. Kind of adds as a little nice private elevator for my quarters. And as it came in here, left all the gurneys here because I feel like that was an element to the Mechanist lair that really was unique to it where you could build. Same thing with this cage, kind of acts as a mental hospital. Same thing here, kind of more of a mentally hospital, bad place to be. And then up here, I just made this my private quarters. Again, kind of left most of the Art Deco stuff, added a little flare. And got all this conduit running everywhere, and yeah. A nice little private area for all my private stuff. Yeah, private toilet. Can't forget that. And then as you come back out, and again you can see that I lightly dimmed everything. It still looks quite dark, but yet you've got enough light to see everything. You've got that dark factory look. And you've kind of got this little over walkway to be able to do all this conduit. And kind of, I was saying it as a service walkway too. You kind of got it very lightly lit. As you know, you wouldn't be up here all the time, but you just be up here to service things. And then, let's see, this little room back here, and got all these armor displays, kind of like a security area. And this is kind of what I've used as a security area. We've got all the heavy weapons, some armor stands, extra gun storage. And I just made this gigantic wall of nothing but weapon displays. And this is a lot of weapons. This is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 36 weapons. 18 longs, 18 pistols. So you can fit quite a bit of weapons down through here. Now you could, and alternatively, you get rid of these armor stands if you don't like the armor stand, and just put heavy weapons there. If you're more of a happy weapons, then that's fine. Then again, back here, you can't work back here in the workshop. I wish you could. I left all the robot guys alive. I like them. Then back here, you've got Isabella's area back here. You've got a cooking station, which again limits the only thing out there that you really need in the main area is a chemistry to fulfill all the workshops. You've got a cooking area back here. You've got weapons, armor, and power armor, and robotics all back here. So you've got them all in one. Plus you got all these really cool containers like the ammo boxes, weapon, and the large toolboxes, which you can't get in vanilla. By the way, this is all in vanilla. I have no mods installed. This is the best you can get, in my opinion. Of course, now I'm pretty sure other people could do better, but again, all these share the same workshop. They all interconnect with everything out there in the front. So there's no need to, put these out there and fill up more area out there. And then back here in this little area, if you haven't unlocked it, you find a missile launcher and stuff other back here. But I use a safe back here to hold all my pre-war money. What we'll do, I'll leave it all in there for right now. This is kind of showing off. Now I'm onto the factory portion of this, which is by far more my favorite, just because of how compact I was able to get most of everything. And just get it all in there. Alright. In here now I've got, this is all powered by one fusion generator, which is from the Wasteland DLC. This thing produces 100 power and does everything. I've had everything on at one time. It all handles it. That's screwdriver.
Surely you meant to leave that rubbish where you found it.
How's it worth it? Screwdriver. Fuck off. But this powers the whole, everything in the whole shop. Then I got this. Really, Codsworth. I want to punch you. But then I've got that leading to a main switch, which if I really wanted to, this would switch off everything in the factory. No, I take that back. I just shut off this door. If I wanted to switch off everything, I would just turn off the main fusion core. So that would shut that door in case of emergency if I didn't want nobody getting to my generator. Then you've got everything leading to this main terminal, which this terminal has access to everything in the whole area. Because if you put one terminal one way, it'll get access to all of them, the same thing as the other one. So just to keep the material and the build size all the way down, just one terminal, which I'm pretty well to my limit. I can only place one or two little more items here and there. And then from there, you've got it leading over to these 4 switches. I've got a main on-off for all of the factory, got a mines, ammo, and a purge for the ammo. So like say, where I've got the ammo running right now, as you've seen as I was over there, and as you can tell by these logic gates, I just got one on. Now say, if I were to turn on purge by accident without realizing, it shuts down both machines without having to worry about pulling materials when it's not there, or producing ammo when I'm trying to purge, or so on and so forth. Now the same right now, if I turn off ammo, it will purge it. But if I turn back on ammo, it'll turn off. For now, we'll leave it on ammo. And whenever I turn them both off, it shuts down completely as well. So it's got its own safety mechanism built into that. Now the mine's just got a direct hookup because I don't have a purger on it. Not enough room or build size. Then over here, got this, again, conduit leading over here. My biggest complaint with all of everything in the Wasteland DLC, along with everything else, was these Nixie tubes. I feel like these were something that was well oversighted. I wish you could hook them up to a power counter like this and display what the power counter is displaying onto these Nixie tubes. I would really like that idea. Or having an internal terminal, like having like a little control box to be able to tell time or the year or the date or something. I just felt like these were underlooked. I feel like there was something really big with these, but they've missed a big on it. Now, you could probably do something with logic gates, but it would take up a whole build space and it would be a whole lot of wiring. And I tried, and no. The mathematic complication in that one is a little difficult. But anyway, going on to the factories now. As you can see, like I said, we've got the ammo builder over there in the far corner near the workshop area. And then we've got the auto miner. We'll start with the ammos. So what we'll do, I've got this on auto vacuum. You don't have to put a cabinet here. You just load directly into the vacuum hopper, or whichever one you want to do. And again, that one's also in the other one. So we'll just fill this thing full of supplies. All the junk I had in my inventory. And you can see, obviously, this thing works like it normally should. It will pull out the stuff, send it down the line. I've got this sorted in two, because whenever I come back from looting all the areas, I come directly here. I like to keep my pre-war money separated, just my little quart. Not just for the cloth issue, but I think it's, a nostalgic thing that I believe the character ought to have. Well, in here I've got it sorted into the 4 components that any ammo will ever have, except for plastics, and that's for shotgun shells, and not a real big need. Which again would be easy to add. Just go in here and component sort for plastic as well as copper, oil, fertilizer, and lead. Easy as that. Well, from there I've got it going up into a conveyor belt, which just happened to go directly in this hopper. Now, the way I've got that set up, the purger is only set up for this, the hopper, and this whole line right here. That's all that purger is. Now, the ammo manufacturer goes to this, your ammunition plant, your component sorter, well, both component sorters and the vacuum hopper. Now, easily you can just change that to a weapon forge or anything else and change that out, and again, change your component sorter. Easy as that. This would work for any thing. And then all my ammo goes in over here, which I actually have 280 components. 200, that's a lot of 2mm. I don't think I need more than that. And then I've got this little auto counter, kind of keeps track of it, just kind of a little fidgety thing too. I was just kind of experimenting and see what it all did. And just kind of going through it all and just, again, seeing everything on it. So. And it goes into here. That's all my leftovers that I didn't use, and that gets thrown back into the workshop. And then on this one, this is another little fidgety bit. Like I said, you could have plenty of room still left for this. This kind of like stupid. Wish I would have left it because it looked really good. Now again, on this one, you can easily just load into the vacuum hopper. You don't have to have a container behind it. And again, I've got this one sorted out. Now I've got this one set in reverse. I've got the builder first, and then I've got a splitter. Because I've got 2 different builders on this. I've got a builder and I've got an explosive mill. And obviously the explosive mill creates my bottle cap mines, if you don't know what the Vault-Tec lump pouches are good for. The way I've got these set up for is I've got these set up for the other 3 main components besides the steel set up to run towards the explosives. Then I've got this one sorting out for steel. And what this one does, you've got 2 laser tripwires here. And I've got that ran into this logic gate, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's a NAND gate. Which basically what it does is, whether these are both negative or both positive or reversed, this will either have an input or output no matter what. So what usually happens is when one comes through, it clicks it, and then that one pushes back. When it comes through here again, it clicks back again. So you'll get a 1-by-1 separation majority of the time by this. So you'll get one going this way, and then one going this way. One going this way, one going this way. It's pretty well evened out like that. And obviously I got this conveyor belt lifting directly back up into this hopper to sort more steel back into it for the explosive mill needed for it. And I've got steel going into the builder for the Vault-Tec lunch boxes, which again get filed back up, back into the hopper. Then they get filed down into the explosive mill to be formed into Vault-Tec bottle mines. And these are very powerful. These are like 450 damage a piece. And if you do multiples on them, they can really mess somebody up. I about got a sentry bot with only about 3 of them at one time. Whenever I did the National Guard yard, I placed about 3 of them in front of that sentry bot door and about got him without having to do anything. So that pretty well sums up my factory here. Like I said, I even left this forklift, which I believe, in my opinion, it just made the place feel a whole lot better, especially with the whole with the robot head. You know, with the robot brain. I just felt like that was the area that this area was special about and deserved to keep. I didn't feel like, you know, destroying the whole thing, because I felt like that was the one thing that really made this place didn't feel like what it was. I feel like that just kind of destroyed it. So again, this is my idea of what the Mechanist lair ought to be, and in my opinion is the best thing that I think makes this place seem as good as it is. And I think a lot of people, the way that they do it destroys that feeling, and I think that this place ought to be a little bit more loved than it is. So this is my version on it, and I hope you guys like it.